So I am starting a whole new journey on something really fun and exciting, and I want to take you guys along on the ride. So these new Sunday episodes are going to be just like this, a vlog of me talking wherever I decide to film the video about this new thing. So let's just get into it. I want to tell you all about it. I'm so excited. Hello, hello. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica Stansberry, and I am a video marketing strategist for entrepreneurs who want to use YouTube and other forms of video to grow a bigger, better, more visible business. And I am also starting a second business. Boom. So back like in 2010, I had my first son, and at that point in my life, I naturally fell into blogging. Like I found blogs, I loved blogs, I wanted to watch or read blogs, and all of the stuff that goes along with that. And I also quit my job at the time and started my business, which at the time was, I was a blog designer. I fell in love with blogs, and I wanted, hello. There is someone walking down the street. There is someone walking down the street, which is like not a normal occurrence here. So anyway, I fell in love with blogging, and I wanted to do my own blog. I designed my own blog, and then like the small bloggers group I was a part of, people started asking me who designed my blog, because they loved it, and then I designed it, so they hired me, and it was just like this whole like trickle effect. Well, I always wanted to be a blogger, like always, like a lifestyle blogger of some sort, like some kind of, you know, here's my life, here's a thing I do, here's a tutorial on it, here's a whatever kind of blogger. And I actually started like 5 blogs. So I've had a mommy blog, I've had a fitness blog, I've had a crafting blog, which is just hysterical because I don't craft. I've had a Photoshop blog, and then I've had just some like generic blogs. And so it's always been a passion of mine to have like the lifestyle piece to myself, and a lot of it is that I really enjoy like I don't know that writing's the best word for that, but I really enjoy content creation, which is also why I like am a content strategist, right? Like, so I just love content creation, and I love the world we live in where like that's a thing, and we can make it a thing, and we can create content that will help other people. Like, I just love that, and I always have. And so for the past several years, I have pushed, like, okay, so I don't know if a lot of you are, but I am multi-passionate, and I am someone who could start hashtag all the businesses, hashtag all the time. Like, I could literally go start a new business every other day, be really passionate about it, and really like psyched up and excited. But then, like, I know just as well as anybody else knows, you can't put all of your attention in all of these different baskets. Like, you only have so much attention and so much focus, and if you have too many baskets to divide that into, you can't do it. And so a couple of years ago, I just stopped trying to pursue anything that was like not, you know, I don't know, like not my business, essentially. Like, I'd had this business where I'd went from from a web designer to an infopreneur to, you know, what I am right now, which is still an infopreneur, just with a different focus. But I had had this business and had always, I mean, ask anybody, like, I've always had like secondary businesses or things going on. I started a business with my mom. I did like all of this different stuff. And the thing about it is I could never focus on those second businesses. Or if I was focusing on them, my first business was like failing. And so, yeah. So essentially a couple of years ago, I stopped focusing on anything that wasn't my business. And, you know, like the podcast and things like that. Like, I just, no focus on anything that wasn't, you know, my brand and my business and what, you know, what my main focus was. But my husband and I and my kids and, you know, all the things are getting ready to embark on this really cool adventure where we are buying our own farm. So right now we live in my husband's grandmother's old house. We own it, but it's old and it's renovated partially, but not all the way, and like it's just not enough space for us. Plus it's not our land. Like, we only own technically about an acre. We live on our family's, or his family's farm, but we only own about an acre of land around our house. And my husband's a farmer and he loves to farm and all of that good jazz. And so we're buying a small farm. We're buying 30 acres in the same area I live in, but closer to town. So that's exciting. But we're also building what will be our forever home. And I won't say our dream home, because like, I guess if I was like gonna build a dream home, I'd probably build some like extravagant, ridiculous, crazy large house, and that's not what's going on. We're building a house that's going to fit our family and that has everything we need and want, and I'm so excited. We're gonna hopefully live there forever, and it's just, anyway, we're embarking on this new adventure of building our house. And as we have been going through all the pieces and the moving parts and going through all the motions of getting that done, I wanted to document it. And yes, I have this platform, like I have this channel, and I have my business social medias, and I have my business Facebook group, and I have all of this stuff. And while I don't believe in complete separation of your personal life and your business life, because we're all people and our audiences need to see that, I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for me to sit here and, you know, start like family vlogging on my business channel and, you know, all of this stuff, which if you hear snoring, it's the dog. That's funny. But I just don't, it's not something that works. And at least for me, some people it works for because the audience is the same. But for me, that's not really the case. My audience here on this channel, you guys, you are, you know, watching this channel to learn marketing tips and to learn video tips and YouTube tips. And, you know, I love that. But not everybody watching this channel will also want to see like behind the scenes of building a house and renovating this one further to rent it out, and you know, mommy stuff and the stuff that I want to blog or vlog or whatever about. So anywho, I'll eventually get to my point here. I just wanted to fill you guys in if you're not on my email list or not following me on Instagram or whatever. You may not have seen me talking about this, but so that's kind of what's going on. Nothing is changing with this business at all, like not even remotely changing. This business is staying exactly the same. I am putting things in place to where I can focus on multiple things at once. Was a butterfly. I have a team in place where, you know, I can do that now, whereas in the past I've not been able to have that team in place, and now I can, and it's awesome, and it's thanks to you guys. And so yeah, I'm going to essentially be starting a second business, and I have no clue. I do want to monetize eventually this blog or vlog or, you know, whatever we're calling it, but I have no clue what that looks like yet. Like none. And I have some ideas, I have some, you know, things in the works, but no real major like clue as to what that looks like. So essentially, I want to take you guys along for the ride. You guys are here to learn marketing tips and business tips and and, you know, see the behind the scenes of businesses. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to let you guys see the building of a brand from the ground up. And this is something that I decided to do, to take you guys along for the ride each week and give you kind of an update on what is going on with this new brand and this new business and all of that stuff, so that you guys can, you know, take or leave any advice that I want to give, or use things that I'm doing, or not do things that I'm doing, or whatever. So this is the first installment of that, which is why I felt like I needed that whole story in there. But this week and right now, the only focus on this new brand is the Instagram account. I am focusing pretty heavily on that right now, just trying to grow it. I'd like to get it to 1,000 followers. Whoa. I'd like to get it to 1,000 followers in the next week or so. We're at about a little over 500 now. But the reason is, I know that my focus will be scattered once I start the other pieces, once I start the vlog and the blog and, you know, whatever other pieces there are to that. And Instagram has never been a strong piece for me, but it's easy right now. It's easy for me to do the Instagram stuff and, you know, focus there, because I don't have any of the other stuff set up yet. I need to set up a website. I need to set up, you know, a plan. I need to set up like what this is gonna look like, and I need to set up what, you know, the content strategy around things and all of that good jazz. So, right now I'm focusing on Instagram. I've grown about 200 followers in the last week or so. And again, like I say, I'd like to get to about 1,000 followers in the next week or two, just to kind of solidify that account and, you know what I'm doing is working and all of that. And as far as like my strategy right now, what I'm doing is I have a couple different like focuses on that account, and you know, it's all like my target market, if we're gonna talk in those terms, is going to be, you know, moms and people who want to see that kind of thing. So for me, that is, you know, moms, families who, you know, love home decor, or like seeing the behind the scenes of another family's life, or whatever, but it is in that like mom family category. So I have a couple of different categories I want to post to and attract on Instagram, and that is, you know, the mom, obviously, the mom who's interested in like style and fashion, which is going to be a very small piece. Like, this is my normal attire, like workout clothes, so that's a very, very small piece of the account, but it is there. And then another large piece of the account is home decor and like home renovations and things like that. I want to attract those people that are interested in that. And then the other piece, another piece that I want to attract are moms who you know, just really like to document their lives with their kids and document their lives in general. That's something that I'm really passionate about, like documenting our life and documenting you know, being video or pictures or whatever. So I have that facet, and then of course there's the like just mom life facet. So essentially those are kind of the different pillars of that business and the content that's going to be put out within that business. So right now that's what's going out on Instagram. So I'm just kind of fine-tuning hashtags and fine-tuning posting strategies and things like that. So right now I'm posting 2 times a week, or I'm sorry, 2 times a day on Instagram. And with those 2 posts, I'm trying to appeal to the different pillars. So like, I'm not going to post, you know, 2 home decor posts right back to back and use the same hashtags. I'm not gonna, you know, whatever that looks like, because I'm trying to like get, you know, get the different pillars attracted to my account. So Anyway, that's it right now. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Sassy Southern Life. And if you follow the podcast, the All Up in Your Lady Business podcast, you will totally get the reference on where that came from. Ever since the beginning of the podcast, we were trying to think of ways to introduce ourselves, like Jessica, a Southern girl, you know, or whatever, and Jacqueline, you know, whatever. And Jacqueline kind of dubbed me, like Sassy, and she was like, we should call you Jessica, a sassy Southern girl, and Jacqueline's a bubbly New Yorker. And the thing about it is, like, I loved it. Like, as soon as she said it, I was like, well, I am a little sassy, and I kind of dig it. And I love showing you guys the behind the scenes of my, like, Southern life, because it's so different than so many of you have, and you guys seem to really love it. So I'm super excited. So Sassy Southern Life on Instagram, I'll link it here too. And then, yeah, so come back every Sunday. I'm just gonna share what I've done to drive that business forward the week before, or the week of, like, whenever I'm recording this, and show you what's working, what's not working, and the behind the scenes. So right now I'm just kind of testing out Instagram, getting some other strategies in place and some planning pieces in place, before I really, you know, jump off and get started. The other thing too is that I don't, we are waiting on some things with the house stuff. Like, we're kind of in limbo right now, as far as we need, like, our final architecture drawings of the house plans, and we need our final quote from our builder, and we need to get the bank several documents, and, like, we're just kind of in, like, a weird spot where I've been a little more preoccupied with that piece of life in general. So I'm not pushing myself too hard to push this out and to make it something that, you know, is a thing. And so I'm just, you know, I'm just making it something that I pull along with me as we go, but also something that's going to be a priority coming, like, going forward. So, all right, that is all. Come back every Sunday for, I don't know what I'm going to call this yet, like Startup Sunday, or Starting a Business Sunday, or Start with Me Sunday, or Grow with Me. I literally don't know what I'm calling it, but, you know, join me every Sunday. Say bye, Sam. Bye. Say bye. Wanna say bye?